ball pressure, a little bit more aggression. I thought we were just play a little harder, and obviously it's easy to get down and just, we're not making shots and couldn't throw one in the ocean from three. You're gonna have nights like that. I think, we got 41 threes up, which is positive, but if they're not falling, we gotta find something else. So we want to, of course, incentivize the quality threes, which I think the vast majority of them were. But when you're not making them, then play downhill, get to the paint. So I thought we did a nice job mixing a little bit of that more in the fourth. But our defensive disposition, I think that's what that's where the difference was.
Wes, kind of speaking of that, was there a common issue you saw, especially on the offensive, giving up offensive rebounds?
Yeah, we knew that was a strength of theirs, and we didn't negate that strength. I mean, it's not just on Gaff or the fives. That's no team that does that at the elite level. So it's got to just be a mindset. And we're going to be out, maybe outmatched size-wise some nights, but of just having the urgency and awareness to hunt and hit guys and reading the fly of the ball, the little details, and not ball watch. If we get called ball watching, then that would be the result.
How do you address something like that after just the second game? It's the second preseason game, but that said, that's something that the team, I know it's not this group, struggled with before, especially against Charlotte. How much do you kind of go at that after this game?
Well, I mean, it's a great lesson. Obviously, it's good to win the game, and but we can learn a lot from that. It's not going to be the only time we're going to be faced with this. It's got to be a mindset shift. If we're going to, be a solid defensive team, we have to close possessions.
How do you assess Bilal's activity on both sides of the floor tonight?
I thought he was really good. Yeah, he was. He had some really good moments. Defensively, very active. He was very disciplined as far as coverage. Stepped up, made some shots, which is good. So he's playing with more and more confidence each night. That's, I think, a pretty good indication of his development.
What did you like about the overall defensive performance, considering the percentage and you held them to and the turnovers you forced?
I mean, the numbers at times are deceiving. We didn't shoot the ball well either. So there were some good things, especially in that fourth. But they need to be better. Like I said, it's a great way to close the game. Finished, I think, 31-10 run in the last 9 minutes. We were able to kind of win ugly. I know I've used that term in the past, but that was a good example. It was a small thing, but cut that deficit, force a timeout. That's a win for us. Then take the lead and win the game. So it's a positive, but there's still a lot of defensive things that we can clean up. It was a little bit of both. I mean, we're going to coach them throughout. I think the guys rally around those young guys a little bit, and you get stop after stop. It kind of generates a little bit of momentum. The ball goes through for you. You kind of make your own luck. Then it kind of has a snowball effect. We're able to kind of turn the tide of the game.
And Eugene Omarui came in the fourth quarter, gave some really quality minutes. I know he had that one play where he stole it, pushing up the floor for a layup when it was like a 4-point game. How much confidence do you have in him now that 2 games are under his belt and he's given really solid minutes in both games?
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence in him. Especially if he plays the way we know he can play and impact the game. That's going to start with his defense. He's going to keep coming, and he's going to keep fighting through possessions. He'll guard anyone on the floor. He'll give up his body. I thought that's his niche. And, he did it. Kind of late in the game. I thought Gaff early in the game. And things weren't going well. He felt like maybe coming up short on the offensive end, but he kept trying to make those plays. Great verticality, took the charge, blocked I think 3 or 4 shots. That type of mindset. We're just going to grind through possessions, make things tough. Of course, those other areas, the transition piece, that was a crusher. Crushed us in the first and third quarter. When we made teams, make them play us in the half court, then we got to finish possessions. But I thought we had some really good, examples of what it should look like.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
I was just going to ask about Eugene. How familiar were you with him before you guys signed him for the 2A?
A little bit, just watching him in Detroit, I think a couple years ago, but his energy, his activity, he plays with a level of physicality. That stands out the minute a guy like that walks onto the court.
Is it just because he has the kind of game cap with that contract? Does it almost limit the impact he can have on the organization, or how can he kind of make the most of the limited games?
That's a Will problem.
Well said.
No, I mean you love that his disposition, his demeanor, and he just cares about making winning plays, whatever that looks like. If I got to guard 1 through 5, I got to rebound, he's going to do it.